Hi, welcome back. I'm Jessica. Today I'm going to talk to you about homeschooling on bad days. Now, every parent has this. Some parents have a lot more than others, and some have one child that causes trouble for a very long time. My second son is starting to be very good now, but my goodness, for 2 years, almost 2 years, it was horrible. Every day was horrible. My kids tend to be quite naughty and hard to deal with from like 4 to 8-ish, but your kids need to be very great, perfect angels. You can still watch this video. So don't get discouraged. It does take children a while to come to terms with homeschooling and learn to listen to you as a teacher instead of just a parent. So here are some ideas to make homeschooling easier so you don't lose a whole day. The first thing you want to make sure is they're not tired or hungry or thirsty. Even older kids have a hard time always figuring out that that's what they need. Sometimes they need to calm down, they've been overstimulated. So I like to start with a documentary usually. It can be on science or history or whatever. They're usually an hour or so. It calms them down, give them a snack. Disney Plus has them. You can find them on YouTube. There's all sorts of documentaries out there. You could even do a musical, and you can make that fall under music appreciation or cultural awareness. You could turn it into a game day and play educational games, card games, board games. You could take them to a park. Exercise tends to reset the brain. Like if you're in a bad mood, it helps you be in a better mood. You can have a dance party. You could do puzzles or logic games, something they have to concentrate on. You could switch your plans and do art and do an art project or 2 or 3. You just want to get them out of the grumpy, disobedient track that they're in. So if you can do things that stimulate their brain in different ways, people usually feel better after doing, usually like music, exercise, art, those sorts of things. That helps a lot as well. You can read out loud to your kids while they do Play-Doh or play Legos or something with their hands. They can work on a handicraft if you do that. You can listen to an audiobook. You could bring something out that they haven't seen before, like a special pop-up book or a special game. You could cook something with them. You don't want to just not do anything though, because then they learn that if they're really bad, they don't have to do school. And if you have times of doing that, it's going to be very hard to break them of that habit. So if you can just, okay, well, next we're going to do this, and it's this really fun thing, or we're going to go to the park for a break, we're going to go on a hike, those sorts of things. And they're still educational. They still count for things like PE or math or reading or whatever. They still count under those umbrellas of those subjects. So it's not wasted time, but you don't want to just them always get away with not doing school. If your child does not want to do school on a regular basis, and it's often a fight, and they often refuse to do it, you may need to do consequences. And that's totally fine. They need to learn that they can't just not do school. They have to have an education. So we usually do extra chores. They lose fun things until their stuff's done. Sometimes they have to do it on the weekends when everyone else is doing something fun because they didn't get it done. My daughter cheated on one of her assignments she was supposed to do. She's only 6. But so we made her do double of that book every day for a week so she wouldn't cheat again, because we wanted the consequence to be much worse than the temporary high she may have gotten from cheating and getting away with it for a few minutes. But you need to have rules and expectations for your children and follow through on them. That'll make it a lot easier. Don't be scared to take away their privileges. If they don't get their stuff done, they don't get to go get ice cream with the family. They don't get to go play at their friend's house, play their video game, or whatever you have in your family. It's okay to not have them get privileges if they don't do their school. I do say that with a big exception. Sometimes you can tell your child is very overwhelmed, very tired, whatever. So if you've been trying for like a half hour or so on something and it's not gonna get done, they're just crying, it's okay to say, okay, you know what, I can tell you're really tired, let's stop here, go to bed early tonight, and tomorrow I'll try it again. That's not giving up. You're still doing your school the rest of the day, but sometimes some things are too hard when they're tired. So don't punish them if they're, could tell if they're tired or hungry. But if it's a refusal every single day, then that's when you need to have consequences. Now, if you are struggling to find more time in your homeschool or time to get everything done, this next video, and I will give you some tips about how to fit more things in and make sure you're covering everything. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.